Hey guys, Clever and PJ here, and we are the Monster Hunter Brothers. Today, we're going to talk about some easy, successful Master Rank Kulve Taroth tips and tricks for you. And if you happen to like this video, please like and subscribe to our channel.
So our first tip is something people miss pretty often. Focusing the chest allows her to turn Molten quicker. Having her turn Molten allows for more DPS. You'll see this in the next clip.
So right now we see her in her Molten stage, and we can see Clever dealing a ton of damage.
The indicator that she's Molten is the deep red color in her armor. When she becomes Molten, this creates weak points across her whole body.
When you see her going Molten, that's also a good indicator that you're very close to that DPS check.
And what we mean by DPS check is that you have a set amount of time to do enough damage or she runs away.
If you happen to find yourself struggling and carding quite often against this monster, we highly recommend using mobile weapons.
Some examples would be dual blades, sword and shield, long sword, or a light bowgun. Using these mobile weapons allows you to dodge more efficiently, but it also allows you to do more damage in between her attacks. Please note that I dodge, then I duck, then I dip, then I dive, then I dodge. If you haven't watched Dodgeball, that's basically how you play Monster Hunter.
So as we mentioned before, you're going to go through DPS checks through each stage. So we highly recommend that you come equipped with a high damage weapon and build into this battle.
With the original Siege, it was about research points and breaking parts. The Master Rank version is about doing enough damage and slaying her. So for Master Rank KT, builds like defense builds or Divine Blessing or support builds aren't very viable. Now we're not saying don't use these skills, but if you do use these skills, just know that she's more likely to run away.
Throwing her into the wall is a great, fast, effective way to get free damage off of her.
This is shown here. I throw her into the wall, I jump down, and I start dealing loads of damage into her tail. Not only do these wall bangs do a lot of damage, but they also give you the opportunity to dish more out. As long as she's not enraged, you can wall bang her across all 3 stages. For the first stage, KT's weak against Thunder, and for the second and third stage, she's weak against Ice. You'll want to switch builds after the first stage. You'll see in this video that I farcasted immediately after the first stage. I run back to camp and I switch my build. Make sure to coordinate with your team. If your team waits for you and they don't engage KT, that DPS timer does not start.
Now her primary weak spots that you should be focusing on are the head, forelegs, and chest.
Even though the tail isn't listed as a weak spot, focusing the head and focusing the tail can lead to more opportunities to carve. This gives you the opportunity to meld more weapons and upgrade those weapons. We won't spend too much time on this, but this is a sweet trick to get out of some flames. In this example here, I barely make it out alive. This move can be risky and it can get you killed. I would use it as a last resort, but if you can plan it right, you might just save yourself from a cart.
So the first tool we want to discuss is the Fireproof Mantle. Once you have this obtained and equipped, this is going to give you an extra 12 points of fire resistance.
Another tool in your arsenal is eating veggies. Eating this veggie platter will give you another 15 points of elemental resistance. If you're running low on ingredients, you can eat the veggie platter in the main menu. Both the custom and the main menu option will give you that elemental resistance. A little side note, you can eat for Feline Medic. This allows you to heal more when you use health potions. Health management is key for defeating Master Rank Kulve Taroth. Using slinger ammo here allows you to drop the rocks on her. This hits for 5,400, which is a huge chunk of damage. The Aqua Shot is one of the best light bowguns in the game. You're able to do so much with it. You're able to put monsters to sleep, you're able to paralyze, and you're also able to stun them with sticky ammo. Putting monsters to sleep is probably one of the biggest opportunities you have to dish out damage. Doing this also creates an opportunity for a wall bang.
The Aqua Shot is also great because it covers 2 main points we talked about in the beginning of this video. It's mobile and it's high in damage. It's all around a great weapon and offers great utility.
You'll notice here that Mrs. Taroth is paralyzed. My team rushes in and we take advantage of this opportunity. Before we go further, I want to give a shout out to Xena, who's a god with this weapon. Keep in mind that the Aqua Shot is one of the only light bow guns in the game to offer this kind of utility. Now you see here that she's stunned, and this is again because of the Aqua Shot. This gun has 3 different ways to open up damage for your team. The teamwork and how your team handles these situations is critical, and that brings us to our next point. Now, in these videos, I run with the same group of guys. We know each other, we know each other's playstyle really well. I really recommend you grouping up with people. If you're having a hard time finding people to run with, let us know in the comments and we can link up. There's nothing worse than running KT with a bunch of randoms who cart. It's a lot easier to get mad at randoms than it is your friends. But most importantly, you'll want to group up because you'll be able to coordinate. These coordinated moments are going to have the biggest impact on whether or not you're successful. I would infinitely rather do this mission solo than ever use an SOS. So link up with your friends and try to find a squad.
There you have it, guys, some tips and tricks for an easy Master Rank Kulve Taroth run. And if there's anything you'd like to see in the future, please let us know in the comments. We hope you enjoyed the video, and please like and subscribe.
Monster Hunter is really awesome, and here's a build.